Live from Landing Zone Studios, this is NOLA Famous. I'm your host, Tatum Gardner, and I'd like to welcome my co-host back to the show today, Rapbaum. He was here as a guest last week, and now he's on the other side of the table, interviewing the man behind one of the hottest Insta accounts in the world right now. Austin, tell us who we have here today.
Man, we got my man Andrew from Quarter Confessions.
You dig?
Can't believe it. And I also want to give a shout out to my intern, Anna Perez, who actually decided to sit in with us and do the interview as well. She's responsible for getting Andrew here. So thank you, Anna. Kind of like one of the little things on NOLA Famous. If you get a guest to come in, you get to co-host, you know?
Oh,
so welcome everybody to the show.
Yeah,
thank y'all so much for being here. And it's all Loyola, either Loyola alum or Loyola students.
Yeah.
Wolfpack in this bitch.
Facts.
Okay, so I feel like it's a frat party and I'm kind of like the house mom.
That's our vibe today.
Yeah, you're the.
Am I going to lose control of this show today, Andrew?
I think you are.
I think I am too.
You should show him this. Show him the rolling papers.
We got you a little, some rolling papers.
Hell yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
You guys some rolling papers.
See, you do?
Yeah, sir.
Sick,
Shout out
dude.
Dolawan. That's a Loyola graduate as well,
yeah,
actually.
Dolawan.
For sure. So,
Sick. These are tight, bro.
them for you. Yeah,
You do
most
get
def.
swag.
Where you
See
get
that?
He got swag.
He has a deal with a company, actually. Mike Hazel. Shout out Mike Hazel. He has a deal with a company, and I don't know much about it, but he and me work together, so I got some exclusives.
Sick.
Okay, so this is making me nervous because when I do it, it's usually like this. Like it's
Yeah,
good.
but I'm telling you, it's good. Don't worry about
Okay,
it. I
all
promise.
right. We're going to keep on rolling.
Another interview.
I feel like I have an intern, a celebrity, and a producer in here.
You have two celebrities. You have three celebrities.
And we're all popping.
We're all
right now.
celebrities.
Yeah, well, not me yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, you're a celebrity.
All right, so let's talk about first your book, which was based on,
A true story.
traveling, hitchhiking, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
All right.
So the story behind that is when I was a freshman in high school at Loyola, I was thinking about dropping out because I just hated like being in the dorms and living there and the Common Core classes, and just the social scene was just so stagnant to me. So I was like, man, this really sucks. So I just thought about hitchhiking in my head. I was like, you know, I should hitchhike across the U.S. alone. But I was like, you know what? I want to do it with like no money. So after I finished my last final, like I left all my shit in my dorms. Like I knew they were gonna throw it away. I didn't have much, like an old computer and like all my clothes. Just filled up a backpack with like a toothbrush, all the essentials, an electric blanket, and then I just basically walked away from campus, caught the Greyhound to Baton Rouge, which is like the $30 Greyhound, cheapest one out of downtown. And then from there I just hitchhiked for like 70 days alone.
Why alone? You didn't want any company?
No, it was so fun because I just meet people on the road and I let me into their lives.
What did your mom? I have to ask. Was your mom? Was she like,
I
"Are
didn't tell
you
my
crazy?"
mom until I got back.
Yeah, because she would have been like, "Do not do that." She'd have been
Well-
worried sick. She'd have been worried sick.
I told her I was like, I'm taking buses across the country, like Greyhounding, visiting friends in Austin, you know what I mean, and then friends in Arizona, and then friends in LA. She's like, wow, you're really on the move, son. And I was like, I guess so.
Traveling the world.
Yeah. That's like Into the Wild. Have you ever read that?
I have read it. Definitely.
That's like that, or like On the Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
I purposely didn't read those books because everyone told me to, but I'm sure they're
No,
tight.
that's like my favorite book.
People were like, have you read On the Road? And I'm like, no, because like apparently it's a lot like what I did.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But not in 2015.
Yeah, it's like the 50s.
Yeah. Now it's like the post 9/11 era. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like sketch. Everyone's sketched out of everything.
Yeah.
So you wrote this book based on all of those experiences.
I wrote it 2 years later. I didn't like plan to write a book about it. That wasn't like my goal. I wasn't trying to be like, I'm gonna be the next Kerouac. I was just like, I wanted to do it. And then the book's mostly stories from other people along the way rather than me. So,
like characters that you met and people that you met. Okay.
Runaways and just like outlaw types. You know, people I met on the road, like who like exist in the road. People who don't really have like a home. Drifters, vagabonds, that kind of thing. That's what I focused on. So I used to tell all my friends stories about this trip. And when a couple of them were like, dude, you have to write about this. And I was like, shit, well, I guess I did. So
Why not?
I wrote it last summer.
Okay. And are you going to do this journey again?
I'm thinking about like after I released the Quarter Confessions pilot, I'm thinking about hitchhiking back to Seattle and having like a projector in my backpack and then stopping in between different cities along the way, like St. Louis, Denver, or whatever, and doing screenings, selling merchandise, and like
Yeah, you
friends.
have to like I think video it next time and
Yeah.
really document it from like start to finish.
That's the main thing I wish I would have done is like taking a video of that. That would've been
Okay.
sick.
All right, I need to order the book. Actually, I got online to order it, but you were supposed to bring me a copy
No,
today.
I'm gonna give you a
so.
free one.
No,
Yeah.
and we can keep it. I like mementos from everybody who comes in here. I like
Most
to kind of keep it in the studio.
Yeah, I do.
For sure, before you like get even more famous than what you are, and I can say I had you in here.
Right.
So, all right, I think you tried to slip one past me, but wait a minute. The Quarter Confessions pilot.
Oh yeah.
What?
So that's in the works right now. You know, we've been dealing with some legal stuff. Our co-host just got sentenced to like 2.5 years in
Kevin?
jail. Yeah, today.
Oh no, for what?
I can't even say the charges because they're still in process. But
Okay.
It was a low-level drug charge.
Okay.
Yeah. And he doesn't deserve to get jail time. But, you know, Orleans Parish,
Yeah.
the current DA, I think his name's like Canazario or something. He does
Okay.
not believe in reducing the prison population at all.
Okay.
So they said with really good behavior and parole, he can do 6 months. So we could have him back in the fall. But
how did he get to be your co? He's hysterical, by the way.
Kevin is the
What does he say? Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin's the man. Well, like, we were walking down Bourbon. It's like the second night we were shooting. And this dude just grabbed him like, and he was like, yo, holla, it's Kevin, aka KevinWilliams.com, /suck a bitch pussy. You know what I'm saying? And we were like, what? We're like, who is this man? We're like, you just want to host for the rest of the night? And he was like, yeah, holla. Like, he just like took the fucking mic and just like interviewed like 100 people in a row. It was like rapid fire.
And so, how much of this actually makes the cut? Like, how much
1%.
do you? 1%.
Yeah, it has to be 1%. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like, where can we see all the hidden videos?
Most of it is so garbage.
Really?
Yeah, most of the footage we get, because like, especially the more popular the show gets, the more people just swarm us as soon as we hit Bourbon Street and just like say bullshit. It's not even real.
Right.
Somebody will be like, I fucked my grandma. It's just like, no one has ever done that.
Right, and if you
I mean?
have,
No
like,
one.
you're
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's so much better when you get those genuine, like, people who are just totally messed up out of their mind and they say something they never meant to say, but it really happened. And
Definitely.
like,
what makes it? I mean, that somebody wants to just share their secret with a complete stranger. Like, what do you think the appeal is of that? It's crazy.
I think the suit is part of the sell.
the fleur-de-lis.
Yeah.
I love the new jacket, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. I got it at Walmart 2 blocks away from here.
You're serious?
Yeah, $15. Yeah.
You should have brought it. I would have wore it today. Wait, I don't know. Has anybody ever like puked on it or like?
No.
Okay.
If
Gotta
they
keep
do,
it
it's fine
clean.
because it's pretty replaceable.
All right, there you go.
Mark
Definitely.
jacket.
Also, we have this dude Martin who carries a fake boom mic. He's in character all night. He has AirPods, or like actually he has big analog headphones with a Swiffer duster with like spray painted black, and he just remains in character the whole night.
Are you serious?
Yeah, every single time.
Is he new? Because I
No.
don't see him.
You
I don't
don't see him.
think.
He's behind the cameraman like this. It's crazy. He's like a.
it just enhances for the people who are being interviewed,
Yeah.
it makes them feel
It's
like
the experience.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
So y'all are like a 3-person crew. It's
Yes.
like you,
Me.
the journalist and the interviewer, and then the
Michael Moises, who's the director, and he did a lot of the editing too.
and he's behind.
And-
He's the
yeah.
camera.
Yeah, he also thought of the show's name and like first original concept.
Quarter Confessions.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this since what, like November?
Well, we did our first shoot actually in September.
Okay.
Dropped our first episode mid-November. Yeah, so I guess it's about 6 months now, which is pretty crazy.
500,000 followers.
I know, it's crazy.
That is insane. And some of your views almost get like 1 million viewers.
Yeah, some of them have. It's
How
crazy.
how do you feel about that? Are you still kind of like, holy shit, I
Yeah.
did this?
Definitely, it's pretty insane, but I guess the way my mind works is like as soon as you achieve something, it's just on to the next thing. Like, you know, if you were to ask me like a year ago, if even like 50,000 or 5,000 followers, I'd be like, that's fucking crazy. Like 5,000 people watching, like that was a huge thing. When you hit these plateaus, your mind just thinks, oh, next one.
Okay.
You know, so I don't know if I'll ever stop trying to
Right.
get to the next level. Not just of attention, but just of like achievement. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
of
so young.
course.
It's like I want to take this to the very end, and so where I'm just burnt out off of it, but I can say that it like maxed out.
So tell us more about the pilot. I mean, what network or whatever would a show this candid be on, or this rated X or R?
Well, here's what we're gonna do. So I should tell you, for the pilot, we're gonna do storylines. So it's gonna be less individual confessions and more. So we're gonna go ahead and scout people during the day and follow them throughout the weekend.
Love it.
So it's gonna be more in-depth character study, less like meme-worthy sex confessions. So the pilot's gonna be 12 and a half minutes, right? Probably like storyline, then a few individual confessions, then back to storyline, then a few individual confessions, and then back to storyline.
So almost more like a mini reality show.
Mini reality show. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
so-
still gonna be lots of individual quarter confessions, but
But you're gonna have like a character.
yeah, the storyline is gonna make it way doper. Cause like
Yeah.
it's the in-depth character study and like watching people go from like drunk to sober to drunk again, Saturday,
Kind of
Friday,
like a plot
Saturday.
development.
It's interesting as hell. You know, and that's like the next level to this, is getting more into the human psychology.
Sober to drunk.
Yeah.
Like, what does it take? How many shots can this person do before they're like confessing in the
That'd be
middle
such a
of
good sequence. Like, just every time they pull the glass back, like, you know what I mean? Like,
There's
like
so
15
many editing
times.
possibilities. Like,
So do you do a lot of the editing as well as,
Yeah.
you said Michael is the name of the director? Or?
Yeah, Michael Moises. He's actually a Loyola alumni too.
For sure, cool. Yeah, we out here, man.
Wolfpack's out here.
Don't underestimate.
You know, during orientation when they did like fake school spirit shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone say that since orientation.
No.
But that's what's kind of dope about Loyola. It's not like, no offense to Tulane or anything, but it's not
Tulane.
it's not no roll wave. It's just
Well,
like
Tulane's just hella corny. I mean, I have friends that go there, but it's like,
same.
you know.
But Loyola just is like, people are just out here doing what they want.
Yeah, and you can make anything happen in Loyola. It's like a really, if you're like a self-motivated person, it's the best spot to be at.
Really?
Tulane forces you to go into action, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're paying for the whole experience. Loyola's not really an all-encompassing experience. They try to make it that sometimes, but like, there's not much of a social life on campus, really. And it's also just like, there's hella resources, and it's not that expensive. So if you go there, and like, you can make anything happen. Like, we do all the editing for our show basically at Loyola.
Well, that's good.
In the 4th floor of the Mascon building.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when can we expect to see, like, so when you say a pilot, is it going to be on your own Instagram channel
platforms.
and own
So
YouTube?
the idea is that we're gonna drop it as like a YouTube debut.
Yeah.
From there, we're gonna pitch to all 90 networks.
Well, I think
Wow.
Yeah.
you have a huge shot at, 500,000 followers is interest. If I
Definitely.
had a
Oh, yeah.
network, I'd be first in line.
Mhm.
I'd be like, sign me up. This is gold. This is TV gold.
I
People
agree.
cannot wait to watch this. Even somebody like me, like I'm sitting at home with 3 kids,
Mhm.
which, you know what you need to do?
What?
You need to do like a day drinking episode, like the
Yeah.
moms who brunch, because we
Mhm.
kind of get a little bit crazy a little bit on a
Definitely.
Sunday,
Like
you
Xanax
know?
moms.
Xanax moms.
On magazine or something?
No, we go to the quarter to brunch.
Oh,
Come
word?
on.
Yeah, you're
We're
right.
not that boring.
Antoine's.
Yeah, we go to the quarter. I was just
It'd
in the
be
quarter
fun.
Sunday. I had my kids with
Oh,
me,
yeah.
but you know, that would be funny, right? To interview somebody and
Yeah, I think
Well,
it'd
if
be
they
tight.
confess things like crazy things.
I don't know. I don't know what, I wouldn't really have that much to
Gotta
confess.
ask the Xanax moms.
Yeah, I don't have much to confess either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have
Yeah,
any
right.
insane shit. Like, I wish I did.
That kind of surprises me a little bit.
Like, I think I do, but
I mean, you hitchhiked.
yeah. But that
Like,
shit is
across
not
the
even
country.
Viral. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's more interesting than viral. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any like viral confessions. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be like, "Pff, like he did that shit. What the fuck? Like,
Right,
yeah.
me either, yeah.
What's
no.
so interesting is like, this is kind of related. My girlfriend lives in the quarter, so I'm always around the quarter. And like, one thing that's so interesting to me is the people who are repeat characters that you know. And there's all different types, from like people who are bums, but they're really quarter cats though, all the way to people who are street performers. And like, some of them, you start talking to them and they have the weirdest stories of like how they got
seriously.
there. Like, there's a guy who dresses up with stilts as an alien. Have you seen him before?
Nah.
He
No,
dresses
I
up in
haven't
stilts
either.
and has this whole like costume he like made, and that's how he makes all of his money. He has no other job, but he like lives lavishly, and
That's
he just
so
gets
sick.
tip money all the time. And
He
it's
probably
like,
does. Well, like,
how do you get to the point in your life where you just dress up in costume every day and like make all this untaxed money? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Only New Orleans.
yeah, for real.
but
He's kinda
getting
smart about all
those
of
type
this,
of people
actually.
would
Yeah.
be so interesting to like know more about them.
Yeah, I want Quarter Confessions to be like a real French Quarter show, encompassing all elements of it. You know, other businesses, cross marketing. Like, we have the leverage now to where we can do way more than just like sex confessions. Because I'm getting tired of hearing sex confessions. Yeah.
Lots of incest in this world I didn't know
Right,
existed.
yeah.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Right. What the fuck?
What is wrong with people?
don't
Okay,
know.
so let me ask you. I have to ask. Do you ever follow up with these people? Like, what was the guy that slept with his stepmom and his dad wasn't talking to him and he was like asking for
Holy
forgiveness?
shit! So we saw him on Bourbon a month ago. Oh my god, yo!
Tell me.
All right, so we saw him. Apparently, he got famous off that clip.
You're kidding.
So what I should just say is, like, if you're featured in a Quarter Confessions video, the video is gonna reach you within an hour, no matter who you are, because it's so large. Like,
Yeah,
it's gonna come back to you.
exactly.
Someone you know is gonna send it to everyone you know. So if you're on Quarter Confessions, everyone you ever met is gonna see it. Pretty
Right.
much. So this dude, I guess, was getting jobs like stripping. He's a male stripper. So he's getting jobs stripping like in Texas and Vegas, like sending that video around, being like, "Yo, I'm this viral sensation," you know. So I saw him on Bourbon, and he was like, "Yo, so it turns out after I fucked my dad's wife, like she got pregnant," and he's like, "So my little brother, like who's now like 8 or something, like we're in the process of doing like a test, like a paternity test, like see who the real father is, because like after that video came out, his dad talked to him for the first time in like 8 years and was like, I think that my son might be yours."
Oh my God, yo, that is crazy. Yeah. They need their own reality show.
Yeah, right? But I mean, do you kind of get invested in these people? Like, you kind of want to know what happens once they,
yeah, definitely.
Who's been your favorite confession or your favorite character?
It's probably Spookin', that guy. He was like, man, I got so loaded one time, you heard me? Yeah, that guy.
It's funny you say that, because words I had to Google. Spookin' was one of them.
Yeah.
Taint was another.
Taint?
I didn't know what that was.
Really?
I'm sorry. Y'all don't make fun of me. I had to Google it. We don't need to say what it was, but now I know what it is. It says spookin'. I just thought like it would be like, you know, no.
I don't know what's happening in that story. He says, you know, I was so loaded one time. I was laying on the couch. I started spooking. I was smoking on that gas.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means he had an out-of-body experience. Don't know if that means he saw a ghost, like he hallucinated, or if he was very paranoid.
Well, this is what spookin' means in the Urban Dictionary. It means getting high off of a household product, like gas or like glue, or like, so he's spooking on that gas. There you go.
Like
see, he was
glue.
sniffing gas in his house.
Good gas. Yeah. No, but I follow up with that guy. I saw him in Bourbon the other day with his dad. And I was like, Spook! And he was like, what? He's like, everyone in school knows that shit. He goes to school at Metairie. He's like 16.
Are you
God.
kidding? So how, like, what's the ratio of, like, tourists to people who actually live here? Do you know?
Maybe it's half and half.
Half and half?
Featured. Like, there's also like funny locals. Like, Louisiana people are really funny in general, especially people from New Orleans, like, are always cutting up. But tourists are also funny, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Because locals don't, like, they get fucked up on bourbon, but they know what's going on.
Right.
They're not, like, lost in the sauce. Tourists are truly lost.
Are you sure they're not lost in the sauce? I've heard some pretty... Spookin' look pretty lost.
Yeah, like, they're just geographically not lost.
Right, okay, gotcha.
And, like, they kind of know what's good. Like, they know they're in the quarter, like, in New Orleans. Like,
right.
They just have, like, a sense of grounding. When those real tourists, like, they don't know where they are. They just know they're on bourbon, and they're, like, fucked up.
Yeah.
They think the whole city's like that, probably.
Yeah, they definitely do.
God.
They definitely do.
I heard the West Bank mentioned a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% West Bank. That dude DM'd me and was like, yo, I ain't signed no paper, I ain't signed no contract, but look, I got a proposition for you. He's like, you come work for me and we call it good. I guess he has like a roofing company or some shit in Algiers. So I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, no, I'm not gonna come roof for you, dude.
No, I'm good. Like, I think maybe you can come work for me.
Yeah. Also, we don't need to sign papers or contracts.
Okay.
Louisiana is a one-party consent state in the public space, meaning you can film anybody in public in the state without getting consent forms.
Really?
Wow, good to know.
Good to know. Why? What you got planned over there, Austin?
You never know. You know what I'm saying?
How often do you do this? Are you out there every weekend?
No,
or?
we probably go like 2 or 3 times a month.
Okay.
We haven't been going much recently because I graduate in like 10 days, and I'm taking 22 credits right now, and so I've just been grinding hella hard. No time to do that. But this summer I'm off, so and it gets crazier in the summers. Anyway.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's hot out there. In the winter, it was hard to get clips. You know, it's cold and people have more inhibition.
All right, so I have a deal for you. Would you co-host with me and I can come co-host with you?
Oh, definitely.
I would do that, I swear. I don't know if I'd pass out or get embarrassed or whatever.
Pull up. It's a nightmare when we shoot out there.
Will you get me a blazer?
Yeah. We're next to Walmart, of course.
So let me see. So we talked about Kevin and we talked about the Thug Life guy was hysterical.
Thug Life?
He was like the super white,
well
dressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a local businessman around here.
He is?
Yes, I met some girl at the Drifter Hotel that was like, you had my boss on your show. I was like, is your boss a DuPaul? And she was like, yeah.
Was he being serious?
Oh, yeah.
He was like, he thought he was a thug rapper back in the day.
I used to walk on top of cars, that guy. Yeah. I dream about that guy walking on top of cars like in sequence.
Do you think that this could work anywhere else? Like, is it just a Bourbon Street thing?
Yeah.
You don't think you could go to like Nashville or no?
Well, I mean, you could do the same thing.
Key West.
And people try to do our thing other places. I mean, we've had so many imitators. We have imitators on Bourbon right now.
You're kidding me.
There's like 4 imitation corner confessions crews in New Orleans.
You're kidding me.
We see them and they get shit themselves, but we see them out there like all the time.
Well, do they think they're not going to see you? I mean, it's where you work.
I guess when you get so famous on the internet, fools just like don't think about it like that. They're just like, well, let's do our own quarter confessions. Like, it's not like they even see it as a competition thing.
But so if you're out on Bourbon, do you have the businesses there that ask you maybe to like stand in front of their establishment?
Yeah,
so
Rick's
that
Cabaret is our biggest partner.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is a lucrative thing for you. That's what I was going to ask. Like, do you have sponsorships and stuff?
No, we don't. We haven't even looked into it yet. I've tried to stay away from the whole business element of it.
Yeah.
Just focus on the creative aspect.
Yeah.
Until it gets huge. Because I just don't like the idea of, like, making it about money.
Right.
And I also am not too experienced with money.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, we had a lot of weird contracts. Like, Four Loko tried to snake us on some weird shit with the predatory contract. Like, Four Loko said, this is like when we first popped off. So Four Loko, if you're listening to this, we're never going to work with you again. But they DM'd us and they were like, yo, we want to send you to Cancun. Right, so we're getting everything together. And they're like, yo, so do you mind asking people what their Four Loko stories are? I was like, what do you mean? Like, start to change it to hashtag Four Loko stories. And we're like, no.
What is Four Loko? I don't even know what that is.
It's like the worst alcoholic drink, like, that you drink in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like the worst.
So after we said no, the day before we were supposed to leave, they called me and she's like, yeah, so since you're under 25, like, there's kind of some loophole in Mexico to where we can't send you there. I was like, send me the loophole. It's not real.
Right.
And so we didn't get to go.
And so they just kind of backed out because they wanted to make it about them instead of about
Yeah.
And that was just like corny.
Hella corny.
Yeah.
And that's why I stay away from companies, because companies who invest in you always want to make your shit corny.
Yeah.
Like, if we get an investor, they have to give us creative control.
Right.
Because, like, the people with the money don't know what's cool.
Right.
They hire other people to figure out what to do.
Exactly. Let me see. What do your parents say about all this? Are they like happy? Are they proud?
I have super young parents.
Okay.
Like 43 or something. So, you know what I mean?
I'm about to crawl under the table.
They're hella young. So, like, they're down with it.
Yeah.
If I had, like, some 65-year-old parents, they probably would think it's whack. But, like, they're, I guess, the biggest fans. Especially my dad.
Okay, so your dad's 43 too. I'm 44, so I'm like old enough to be your
They,
mom.
like,
So
tell everyone, like...
Yeah, my dad especially. Like, he posted on Facebook. He was like, this is my son's recent project. I'm so proud of him.
And
all the other parents are like,
Probably not though, because I mean, your face in the videos cracks me up.
Mm-hmm.
I think you are just as big a part of the success of it as the confessions, because you're just so funny to watch.
Thank you.
Your reaction to the people or your non-reaction. How do you keep a straight face through all that?
I just don't think it's funny in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When
Right.
you're out there and, like, you're sober and everyone's like, check it out, bro, fuck my cousin. Like, you're just kind of like,
what?
You don't react. You're just like, okay.
Right,
You know what
like,
I mean?
I've
And then when
lost-
you edit it, you're like, oh, that's funny as shit. But it just kind of works. Also, like, I don't know. I'm just pretty neutral and open-minded when people say stuff. Like, the biggest mistake that, like, there's, like, a whole culture of, like, YouTube vloggers and, like, party interviewers.
Right.
And they're always being, like, super crass and being like, so when'd you lose your virginity? Or
Yeah.
some shit, or being like, you eat ass?
Right.
If I were to do any of that shit, people would stop watching it. If I started
Exactly.
being, like, some provocateur, no.
So you're not out there trying to get people to say anything, and that's where the
I
appeal
let
is.
other people be the chaos.
Right.
I just remain totally neutral.
And do you don't get drunk while you're doing this?
Sometimes I might have a beer or two, but I
Yeah.
mostly just drink mad coffee. and go out
Right.
there.
Just to stay awake. What time does all this take place?
It depends. Probably between 11 and 1.
11 and 1.
Yeah, not too late, not too early.
Yeah, after 1 it gets a little bit sloppy.
Definitely. It's not
Really?
You probably can't even understand the people you're interviewing.
Yeah,
'cause
and
they're
they get
so
aggressive too.
intoxicated.
and shit.
Okay, word.
Has anybody ever said something and then kind of like maybe went down the street and then said, "Holy shit, what did I just do?" and come back and say, "Please don't put that on"?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Do you say, "Okay, we won't"?
Yeah, most of the
Okay.
time. We're good people.
Yeah.
But if it was really good, we'd be like, sorry. But that hasn't happened yet. If someone really doesn't want it on, like, we're not going to put it on.
What's your dream? Like, if somebody could come on there and say one thing, you'd be like, "Yes, I've been waiting for somebody to say this."
I don't know. It's less about what they're saying. It's just the character type.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most compelling part about the confessors. Is to me not what they're saying, but the kind of person they are. Just like it's funny to see different types of people.
I'm surprised you don't have more bachelorettes.
I know they're very careful, and they've all seen the show.
Yeah.
How
there
many
you go.
people do you think you've asked questions to?
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Damn. So sitting here today, do you like the script being flipped? Like you're usually
Yeah,
the
definitely.
interviewer. Like you like getting interviewed as well?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely. Especially you know what you're doing. You guys all know what you're doing.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we fake it really
This
good.
is popping. Look at this mixed nut tray. This is popping right here.
That's classy nuts, right?
Yeah.
I was
You're
so
used
far
to.
when I was like, what do you want to drink? Like, we'll get you anything you want. And you're like, I like beer and mixed nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, he wants beer and mixed nuts.
Just had to keep it real.
Yeah.
You have lots of people who rap too. Like people come on and they just start.
It's fucking
do people
hilarious.
ever ask you like, "Hey, I'm a rapper. Can you put me on?"
Will you host my mixtape?
Yeah, so often. Or shout me out, bro. It's like, can you? No.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna break and program real quick. Follow this guy. I don't know him, but
Right.
he's okay at rapping. Follow him. If someone's funny looking, like they can rap. You know what I mean? Like rappers can't rap, but if someone's like, "Yo, I'm about to rap," I'm like, "You better rap."
Right.
It's funny.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's talk about your censorship because weren't you censored a while back? Like by
Instagram flags our shit at random. I don't
Okay.
know why. They can't handle nipples, female
Okay.
nipples, even
Okay.
if they're blurred out all the way. It's
No.
a weird thing. Also, I think Instagram, like, so you know, like Instagram's owned by Facebook, right?
Okay.
And
yeah.
after the whole Russian hacker shit and all the fake news, Facebook changed their censoring system to be automated. So it's all robots in California who are determining what goes down. It's the same thing with Instagram. So I think that there's certain keywords like dick or like nipple shapes or something like that that like trigger some kind of algorithm to immediately get it flagged. And then also like the number of people reporting it also because it's big, so it's going to be reported by like families, whatever.
Right.
So reports plus like the algorithm who's detecting like inappropriate words and body language. I think that's what makes it go down.
Yeah, I think
That
we tried to promote your picture and we got denied because it said like I got
Yeah, because your shirt said shit on it.
Yeah.
And we tried to promote it and it was like denied. Like, it said
Yeah.
shit on it, you can't promote this.
There's all sorts of technology. It's whack though.
Yeah.
It's censorship is just ridiculous.
Is Instagram worse than like YouTube or is it kind of the same?
Well,
Or
YouTube just age restricts stuff. You know, if there's some shocking YouTube video
Okay.
that I understand and wish to proceed and I'm above 18, Instagram has no mechanism besides going private, and we can't go private because that means we went private for like 2 days. It was so annoying, like accepting all the follows and stuff.
Okay. So you're getting a degree in journalism,
Yeah.
right? And so what do you feel is a positive thing basically, or do you feel it's a positive thing that anybody now with a microphone and a camera can just start a show?
It's a great thing.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, good content wins.
Exactly.
You know,
That's why y'all are winning right now.
Right. Like it doesn't matter who's in your corner. It doesn't matter what label is fucking with you. If you're a musician or whatever, if you're like whatever you do. If you have a dope song or a dope interview, like it goes up. It just does. People gravitate towards shit that's like interesting and fun to consume. It's super simple. So the higher volume just means greater potential for good shit.
Yeah,
Right.
and less need to be part of some type of circle to get
Seriously.
there. Like
Yeah.
you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
I was even wondering like if y'all have ever thought about creating like your own player, as in like video player for your own website.
I don't know. That would be pretty dope.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
not having to worry about anything that anybody says restricting it or whatever.
Yeah.
I might know somebody who can help you with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the way I see it, like, this whole show is just starting. I mean, I know it started 6 months ago, but the universe is kind of in its infancy, right? I mean,
Yeah.
6 months is not very much time.
At all.
So we can go all types of directions. You know, maybe we can have an uncut shit just for our website. You know what I mean? So even in the YouTube link, we could be like, you want to watch uncut? Go to our website.
Yeah, because you said you have thousands that have never made it, but I mean,
Yeah.
seen the light of day. That would be funny just to have like a constant roll of like, these people didn't make the cut, but you want to see how crazy it gets down here or whatever.
Yeah, maybe people would enjoy just the raw footage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they
or at
would.
least it's a funnel. Some of them would.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Because that's like true reality, you know? So think of it this way: what you've learned in school in journalism versus what you've learned actually out on Bourbon Street being a journalist. Like compare the two. What do you think is more valuable?
Well, first, at Loyola, like, no disrespect to Loyola, they gave me a lot of shit, a lot of skills in the journalism program, but they're training you to work in broadcast, so local news, or for a newspaper. So they
Okay.
want you to be either a bare bones reporter who's like a White House correspondent,
Right.
or they want you to be like, good morning, here we are live, in front of Jackson Square. It's noon and it's Jazz Fest, like that kind
Right.
of shit. That is dope, like, and plenty of people, most of my classmates are going in either of those directions. But I knew that it wasn't going to work for me. So when I first started Quarter Confessions, like this dude Mike Juicy, who's like my advisor kind of for the newspaper, he was like, look, this can be the beginning or end of your career. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, if this pops off, like this is going to make your career. But if this falls short, this is going to disqualify you from any formal media job ever. And that was like when I had 1,000 followers. And I was like, word, well, I'm just going to go all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
It's an awesome choice. You got to follow what's inside, you know. And I think too, even on a smaller level, you know, a friend of mine said, because I was like, I'm actually getting the guy Andrew from Quarter Confessions, you know, and she's like, oh, you better watch. Like, I mean, you had the mayor on there and stuff, and I'm like, so? I'm like, you know, he is what's hot in New Orleans right now. That's what this show is about. You have to represent everything. You know, you have to, okay, so yeah, I had the mayor on here, but guess what? She probably appreciates you too.
She probably does.
Because you're out there
That'd be crazy.
on Bourbon Street, you know. I mean, I would say it's positive because guess what? It's real. That is what Bourbon Street is.
Definitely, and arguably it's generating tourism.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
People
mean,
probably fly in looking for your ass on Bourbon Street.
Yo, we gonna see the Quarter
Yeah.
Confessions.
Exactly.
We gotta go to Bourbon Street.
We always go like, where you at, Quarter Confessions? Like every night, you know, people's been like, where you at? Like photos of bourbon. It's like, we're not there.
I'm studying for exams.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
tell
I
anybody.
channels.
Well, so what's next? Graduating, right?
Yeah, pilot. Then from there, who knows?
Graduating, pilot, and we'll see.
Yeah,
Are you staying in New Orleans?
it all depends. Ideally, I want to move to New York in the fall, right? And then, but if the show pops
Love
off,
New
enough,
York.
like if it gets picked up by a network, I can come back here for 1 week out of every month just to film.
Oh damn.
So I can do a journalism job up there. So where I'm like part-time reporting for covering different subjects, traveling. I'm still able to come down here and do that character as well. That would be ideal. 2 incomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be ideal, and it's great to have a goal. And I don't really think that anything you do on Bourbon Street with this would affect anything else you do. I
Definitely
think
not.
this world today, like you can do, you know, the raunchy stuff with whatever it is professionally that you decide to do. It's different. You
look
can
at our
separate it.
president.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
growing up, like your parents and teachers always say, like for our generation, they'll say like, you really gotta be careful what you post on. the
Right,
internet,"
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And now it's like, you know, we have a president who posts whatever he wants, so it's like you can get to any level without having to worry about that. And at the same time, the creativity and ingenuity, people are gonna see that you have that, and they're gonna be like, that is so much doper than like being buttoned up.
Right.
Yeah. And you're just so neutral. Like you don't even like do anything crazy yourself. It's just everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, I think it would be different if I was like some sort of asshole.
Yeah.
Definitely, because you're not.
You're not showing your ass. You're just
No,
Exactly.
documenting everybody else
Yeah.
showing their ass.
Like anywhere else. I could be at like, you know, town hall or some shit. So I
Okay.
would have the same attitude as I would on bourbon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool dude. So does anybody have anything to confess to Andrew?
No.
I'm good.
I'll do it.
No, not here.
Oh yeah,
Not
being on the
sober.
show is a bad idea. I should put that out there. People always like, I want to be on. I'm like, why?
Right.
You know what I mean? I get it, but like,
Right.
come on, bro. Save
That's-
yourself.
You want to go viral more than you want like your personal like reputation to remain intact.
Yeah, right. It's ridiculous. Also, yeah, I was gonna more on what you said. Like, you know, in school they tell you to scrub your social media, like remove all political affiliations, whatever. It's like, why? They wanted like, why are journalists supposed to be neutral? We're not. No journalist is neutral. Look how biased media is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be like, we just tell the truth. It's like no one tells the truth. Like not on some like Alex Jones conspiracy shit. You know, no one tells the truth about stuff.
Right.
So it's like, I kind of am though, in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
not
it.
newsworthy, but it's still funny.
I mean, so has anybody reached out to you, like comedians, celebrities,
Yeah,
retweeted your stuff?
Definitely. Lil Duval. Fuck with us from the beginning. DJ Academics.
Okay.
But in general, like, no, we haven't really had like a huge base of famous people yet.
Okay.
It'll happen soon. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
for sure. You're gonna be the famous person.
Yeah, I guess.
So okay, if you could interview anybody, who do you consider NOLA famous? Who would be somebody in New Orleans that you'd want to
Oh,
interview?
Lil Wayne, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
Can you get him
crazy.
on the show?
Probably not. I mean, one day.
If you get him, you come interview. Well,
Yeah,
neither
I'll
one of
bring
y'all
him.
at that point would need to come on this show. But
Yeah.
please remember me when you get
Of
Lil Wayne.
course, yeah.
He gives such good interviews
does.
too. Like his sound bites are crazy.
Dude, he would be so funny.
What part of New Orleans is he from?
Hollygrove.
He's from Holly
Yeah.
Grove is in the house.
Definitely.
All right.
Lil Wayne, yeah.
Anna, same question to you. If you could, anybody, NOLA famous, who would it be?
I don't know. Like I was thinking about Ashley Longshore. Like she is such a personality.
I love
Like,
her.
She's such a character.
That's her tray, by
She's
the way.
crazy.
She is crazy. Yeah, I actually reached out to her, but she's so busy. I think I don't think that she wouldn't do it. Like they said, yeah, she would, but I think she just is traveling and doing. I mean, you know, she's the resident artist at Bergdorf's, and she's got a lot of shit going
I
on.
don't even know a lot of like famous people from New Orleans.
Don't laugh, y'all. I think mine would be Harry Connick Jr.
Oh shit, bro.
He was my commencement speaker when I graduated.
Was he really?
Yeah, and it was.
Was
dope.
he good?
Yeah, he gave a good speech. His story is pretty interesting. So.
Yeah, I love his story.
Yeah.
That's why. I feel like, or Ellen, she'd be a good one.
Oh yeah, Ellen.
She was a door girl on Bourbon. She was like a shot girl.
Was she really? I did not know that.
Maybe I could get on the Ellen show. That would be sick. You know what I mean? Be like,
That
You
would be
definitely
sick.
could.
Yeah.
Like, it's possible.
That might be the best person to be interviewed by, like on
Ellen?
Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what
She's
I love
so
about
cool.
her. You know what's cool? Okay, so the best people, like I loved the Harry show, and from New Orleans, Ellen from New Orleans. I think something about the people of New Orleans, even if you're not from here, once you live here, you have a way of making everybody feel at home.
Yeah.
Like that you're not on a show, that you're just hanging out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that's how it feels to be on Ellen. That you're just like talking and
For
hanging
sure.
out
She's got
and
that vibe.
yep.
I feel like some of the best people I've ever met are like from New Orleans.
For real.
Yeah.
This place changed my life. I'm from Seattle. Everyone knows a dick, you know?
Really? I've never been to
I'm from
Seattle.
New Jersey. Everyone there's a dick.
Yeah.
No one talks to you. Like
Really?
strangers don't talk to you. Like if a stranger's talking to you up there, you gotta be careful. Like you're gonna get mugged. But like here, it's like everyone talks to you and it's like all chill. Like we're all friends.
Oh my goodness. What about you? Who would you interview? Austin?
Man, if I could interview anybody, I don't know. Honestly, I might just keep it in the musical spectrum and like Manny Fresh or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Someone who has just been around for so long and seen a lot of changes. Like when I really think about who I want to interview, it's people who are dead now, unfortunately. Like there's so many people who I think were around up through till after Katrina, and those stories would be like the best.
Is Manny Fresh from New Orleans?
Yeah.
And sing me something that why is this popping in my head? I'm old,
Well,
but
he's such a famous
I'm a bi
producer.
cause I'm a
Yeah.
He's worked with like he's like helped make Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? He's worked with so many famous.
sing us something from Manny Fresh, will you?
No.
Come on,
Not to
Austin.
butcher
Yeah, so go DJ. Yeah, that's my DJ.
Yeah,
Manny
still
Fresh made that
DJ.
beat. Yeah.
That's my DJ.
Yeah, he's
All
a
right.
producer. He's dope, and he's just like well connected, and I'm sure he has good stories. Like
Yeah.
the thing about New Orleans is so interesting to me is not the culture, but deeper than that, like who has made the culture, and like when you get those people, they can tell you stories that you don't get to get them on Bourbon Street. You know what I'm saying? There's like very few
Yeah.
people know about this stuff.
You can find Manny Fresh. He's out here getting drunk. Like,
Yeah, facts. I see him at like Hi Ho Lounge.
yeah, he's always in Highlands. I'm like, what the fuck? Manny Fresh. Yeah.
People be like, he drives like a Porsche. People be like leaning on the Porsche, and I'm like, yo, like
Like, that's Manny Fresh.
that's Manny Fresh's car. Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Oh my gosh, y'all have to ask me to be on the show.
I will. Like, yo, fool. I know I've mentioned
Jump in
before,
his
but she gotta
Porsche.
be on this podcast.
Right. She's got 600 followers. Like it is
Oh, yeah.
it is happening.
Yeah.
Hey, we gonna get you up there.
I don't think it's about numbers. You know what? I really don't care about that. I feel like it's about the people I'm meeting.
Yeah.
And just
quality,
having
not quantity.
fun. It really is. Like I love all you guys. So
Especially in New Orleans, that's what it's about. It's not like New York. New York's about numbers for sure.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Is
New
it-
Orleans isn't like that.
Is the reason you want to move to New York because it's like kind of the promised land for media, or
I guess so, but also I've always wanted to live there. Like I used to live there in the summers when I was 13 with my aunt and uncle in Manhattan. I just love New York. It's a mix of everybody.
I do too.
And I love New Orleans too, but it's like sometimes it's like the same vibe sometimes. You know, like I like to move around.
I
yeah.
love
The thing
New
about New York is you can go to the different boroughs and it's way different,
Yeah.
which is like pretty weird but cool.
Yeah. Like I still want to live in New Orleans part time, but I guess I just like I love it here. But sometimes I just want different shit.
I
Yeah.
can totally relate to that. I think I told you that. Like I love New Orleans, but if I had a job that took me to New York once a month or once every couple of
Oh,
months,
yeah.
I wouldn't hate it. I'd be super
I
happy
hate
about
New
it.
York.
Yeah.
My husband does too.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
He said it's just soulless. I guess when you're from New Orleans and you're so used to the culture and the people and the friendliness, you know.
You're like you want some change, but like I go to New York all the time and it's just garbage to me.
I love it.
I
I'll
love
tell
all
you.
the immigrant groups. That's what I wish we had more of that in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like it creates such a diversity of food and like just experiences, interactions. Like Queens, for example, it's like 50% of the Queens borough is like born abroad. Shit like that, where just you have this crazy like variety. You can have any type of food you want, and just like getting these crazy conversations with people every day. You can do the same in New Orleans, but
Yeah.
it's a little
That's
bit different.
true. I miss that. Like I can't have like Colombian food here.
Yeah.
No Colombian food. What is your favorite thing to eat in New Orleans? Where's your favorite? Can I ask?
Oh
like,
shit, hell yeah. Wait,
Okay.
I gotta think by neighborhood. That's crazy. I like a lot of spots in the Bywater. Like I like Elizabeth's and like Ranch Chinese.
okay, so like a po' boy. Where are you gonna go to get a po' boy?
Neighborhood based.
Anywhere.
In the corner of Verdi Mart.
Okay, Verdi Mart, of course.
Uptown Don Lisa's is pretty good.
What is your go-to hangover food? Like when you just cannot wake up in the morning for class, like you need what?
Smoothie King.
Really?
Yeah, fuck with smoothies.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
In the
that
data
is
center?
not what I
Yeah,
think
data
of.
center.
I think like a big burger with the fried egg on it. Like smoothie does not cut it for me if I'm hungover.
It depends level of hangover. If I'm too hungover, it's smoothie because I'll just throw up if I eat a burger. But
What's
probably
right now?
Chinese food. Oh, I can't believe I didn't think about that. Like some sweet and sour chicken with like some shrimp fried rice.
Yeah, that right now that's
and
what
an
you
egg
want.
roll. Anytime I'm hungover, and I'm hungover now. So.
All right,
But
well,
not that bad. It's coffee.
we're going to eat after this. Where's a place that has like sushi and Chinese? Don't they have a place on Magazine? What's that place called?
I like Ho
No.
Shun. You been to Ho
Is
Shun?
it? Where's that?
That's on St. Charles, and it's open till 2 a.m.
Oh,
It's-
shit. Yeah.
Yo, it's the
Yes.
business. It's inexpensive too. My man George tends bar there, and
It's Chinese and sushi,
Yeah.
or just
well, it's like all Japanese, but they have like everything that you could, you know, they
Sweet
have.
Right.
sour chicken.
Yeah, they got sweet and sour chicken.
Well, guess what? We're almost at 45 minutes. Y'all ready to wrap this up and go eat?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Seriously, though, is there anything we didn't touch on that you wanted to talk about?
No, do you have any more burning questions?
No, I really don't. I mean,
Where
I
can
feel
people?
like...
Where can people get your book?
yeah.
Allgasnobreaks.bigcartel.com.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to sell it in stores like Defend New Orleans and Art Primo in Seattle and Print Matter in New York, but like it does so much better online. It's so weird how that works. Like before you start doing shit, you're like, man, I want to be like in stores.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean shit to be in a store.
It really
It just
doesn't.
looks. It looks like something, but
Yeah.
then
Like you
You're-
make no money.
the bottom line.
Yeah, you just put I'm in the store.
Yeah.
Someone wants to go. They see you in the store, like you think you're popping, but you make
No.
like 10 times the money selling shit on Instagram.
On your own, exactly. I'm an author, too, self-published.
Shit, for real?
Yeah, I have 2 children's books. And I
That's
sell
sick.
them myself. And everybody's like, oh, are you in Barnes & Nobles? I'm like, no, you are, because I'm getting $16.95 a book. You're getting 3.
Yeah, and Barnes Noble's going out of business. So. Sorry,
'Cause-
guys.
Shout out
Right.
Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Austin, I really seriously can't thank you enough for being here today.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know how this interview was going to go. I was actually, like, I interview mayors, chefs, everybody, and I'm never nervous. I was a little nervous for this one because
Oh,
I didn't
no.
want to be, like, perceived as, you know, old and unhip and ask the wrong
No.
questions. So I really do
Definitely, yeah.
appreciate you coming in.
Hell yeah.
And I
thanks.
really wish you the best of luck. I think you
Appreciate
have struck gold. And I think in a couple of years, you're going to be on a whole different plane.
Yeah.
Whole different playing field, my friend.
All the
Hope
beer
so.
mixed nuts you want.
All the beer mixed nuts. You think it would help my hangover if I just crack one of these?
Yeah, grab one.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hair of the dog.
For everybody who can't see what's going on, he's got a champagne bucket full of the champagne of beers.
Miller High Life, baby.
There you go. Maybe one day they'll sponsor the show.
Hopefully.
All right, everybody. Cheers.
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 Great show.
Hell yeah.
All right.